you don't what need do what need see shouldn't know. It's smoky. What'd you do with that bottle?
Austin has it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, my God, there it is. Balcones Brimstone. I smoked whiskey. Yes, it is.
Smoky.
Yes, it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you read something that says, hey, I'm a smoked whiskey.
Believe it.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
it is
believe
a smoked whiskey.
Or a name like Brimstone.
Be
Should
a
go away.
believer.
Yeah, Brimstone's kind of like, yeah.
It's a good name for it.
Oh, look, someone brought snacky
Snacky
poos.
poos.
Whoa.
We just had like 8 pounds of
We
pork.
really don't need any. Oh.
Some-
And we were talking about
So bring some pommes frites.
being healthy
Pomfrets.
and piqueux.
Ooh, they
All
smell.
right, so the lovely
I'll have
hostess
one.
just brought in some waffle fries to our podcast, and that's
Nom,
not
nom, nom.
that was not in the.
And onion strings
yeah,
Oh,
that was,
there's the fried pickles in there,
and
too.
pickles.
Oh, that's good.
Take as many as you want, Austin. Like
All of them.
most of them.
Like all of
Yeah,
them.
in fact, take them over here. There.
Let me have a French fry real quick.
I'll take one more too. Oh, you took mine.
I took the big one.
You dick.
Hold on. I want,
Oh!
I'll
Denied.
take a
There's some
pickle.
good salt faction in there. Yeah, it's good.
All right. All right, what do we got here?
See, that's the perfect amount. I'm
That's it.
satisfied.
You need two.
You're
I-
satisfied because we ate a half pound of pork
Yeah.
each.
I had
that's
one
true.
pickle and one fry.
All right, Balcones Brimstone, a smoked whiskey. The nose.
All right. So first of all, we went to a different bourbon store because we usually go to Total Wine, but every now and then we go to different ones because they have
They have
different
different
selections
selections.
sometimes. And this one we haven't seen at Total Wine. It says Brimstone, and every time Paul and every time we go to the liquor store, we're always looking at Jeff. Jeff, do we have this? Jeff, do we have this? He seems to be our walking almanac as far as keeping.
Well, based on the factoid
Factoids,
in,
yeah.
walking encyclopedia,
But we
like
did not
you
have
said.
this one.
So it's like, hey, Cliff, do we got this over here? He's like, what is it? It's the Brimstone, Balcones. He's like, yeah, hold on, let me check. And you see it, 523, 523, 6211. No, we do not.
Yeah.
So we ended up picking it up. It's a Balcones. It's 108 proof.
That's what the Jim Beam was.
Yeah. Oh, maybe this is 106 proof.
No, it's
Whatever. It's up there, 106,
no, you're right.
108.
106.
I knew it was, one of them was 108, one of them was 106.
Over 100.
But it says right on there, it's Brimstone and it's smoked whiskey. So it comes right out of the bottle. Visually, it comes right out of the bottle. It's dark.
Very dark.
It's
Looks like a fine maple syrup.
It's a Bach.
it's
It
dark.
comes out. It's dark, and I kind of like it. You smell it. It's got a huge smack in the face.
Oh, it's got a
with,
wonderful nose.
a
It
mesquite
really does.
smoke, and
I was thinking it was going to be one of the best bourbons or best whiskeys we've ever tried,
I like it.
based on the nose.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, you guys are kind of like it's too smoky. It is too smoky, but it's still really good.
It's rich.
It's very rich.
All right,
So
so
the
the
smoke,
nose.
the smoke kind of turns me off of it.
So the nose is confectioner's sugar, cold smoked butter, corn husk, barbecue pit, stone fruit, chili peppers, and graham crackers.
I think barbecue pit is a good descriptor.
I think it's pretty much just 99% barbecue pit.
No, hold
'Cause I
on,
smell-
hold on.
I
So
smell the
something
smoke.
I taste different in this one, other than the barbecue pit, is the chili peppers.
You smell them? This is the
I
nose
can-
we're talking about.
I can taste the chili peppers in the front of my nose and on the tip of my tongue.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to the taste. All right. The
Sorry.
taste is candied oak smoke, English pipe tobacco,
Nailed it.
butter, orange marmalade, fruit cocktail, sweet tea, and chili peppers.
The only thing fruit cocktail about this was the way you danced around saying you didn't like it.
Really? Really?
What?
And the finish, ladies and gentlemen, long dry finish. Herbal and mint ends in a mineralness as smoke returns.
It
So I
does.
think the key throughout the nose, taste, and finish is smoke.
Well, that's the key. It says Texas smoked oaked whiskey, right?
Well, look, this
and they're using like weeds to smoke it.
here's-
Shrubs.
here's the thing. They look before they smoke this thing. It's been noted that it is an extremely sweet base, and they took that sweet base, the fruit cocktail base, the orange marmalade base, and they had to tame it. And
they smoked the shit out of it.
They
is what
smoked the
did.
shit out of it. And they
Yeah,
were
they
like, yeah,
did.
fuck it. Let's throw this in there. Let's throw this. You know what? How about some graham crackers? Let's put some of that in there.
Well, it just may be. It's a type of whiskey.
You know,
Type,
this is the reason why we don't have video, because you can watch
Whatever.
the aptitude of Paul just swirling.
No,
With
it was
Paul's put like 3 gallons of water in.
Yeah,
Well, not just that. It's the way he's trying. It's like a monkey trying to reach into a tree to
I
grab.
got it in there, didn't I?
Oh yeah, it was like putting a square in a round
The
hole.
ice was stuck together, and it didn't go through the top of my little, what do you call it?
Glencairn.
Glencairn glass.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of finagled it in.
Scale to 1 to 10. What do
So-
you rate this bourbon?
I'm going to go with a 4.
I'm 3.
I'm gonna go with a 5.
But it may be one of these that we have to
Get used to.
get
for
used
sure,
to appreciate it, because when we first started doing this bourbon adventure, some of these bourbons, there's no way I could have drank and liked. No way.
Right, that's a good point.
Nose Mill, I wouldn't have liked. Some of the higher proof ones, I wouldn't have liked. And maybe this is just another one that we just, because the one we had last week, the smoked high rye from High West.
This may be
Was the
something
same
that
way.
someone that smokes cigars might enjoy. Someone that's
Yeah.
got a natural palate for smoke.
Could be. I don't have that.
You know
Um,
what this would be amazing in is chocolate, hot chocolate.
Maybe it could.
If you mix this with even just regular chocolate milk,
What about a Coke?
Good God, man!
I don't know. I don't
Smoked
know.
Coke.
Ding! Things an alcoholic would
Smoked
say.
Coke.
Smoked Coke.
I think it would taste great in hot chocolate. Anyway,
I
that's
hate to
just-
say it, but I kind of agree with them.
What?
what?
I can imagine taking some hot cocoa and throwing down some.
Oh yeah, a
some,
shot of that in there.
Yeah, this could happen.
I think it would taste
All
great.
right. Well, if we break it open once the weather gets cold in January,
We're doing it. Well, because we're not touching this bottle until then.
February.
we have another 80 we have to go through first to get to this one
Right.
again.
All right. Anyway, so that is the opening. The opening. We keep saying bourbon. That's a whiskey.
Yeah,
It's a
this is
whiskey.
a
So
whiskey.
It's not a bourbon.
It may be a very good bourbon for the folks who like the smoke
Whiskey.
or whiskey. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of it yet.
I'm not either.
Doesn't mean I
What are you talking about? This specifically?
this.
Yeah, this
And I
whiskey.
didn't care for the high rye last week because the smoke is just too strong for me.
Well, I told you
That
I-
taste.
So my brother sent me from Tucson a
dildo.
mesquite smoked whiskey, and it was, I mean, it was like
this?
drinking campfire mesquite wood.
Wow.
Was
I
it
mean, it
stronger
was-
than this?
Like a spire put in there.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was like, I couldn't finish it. I actually eventually
Well, it's very rich.
bailed on it.
The taste is very, very
Oh, it was
strong.
ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, it's something you have to put into, hot chocolate or into something else. I don't know.
I mean, maybe if you're sitting around a campfire, if you're camping or something like
Maybe,
that, and you have this because you got the smell and all that stuff,
maybe.
maybe this would go down, at least for
And
me.
you finished all the other bourbons that you had.
Could be.
Look, I'm going to do something that we're trying not to do, but we got to talk about it a little
Oh
bit
boy,
because we
politics.
do. Joe
Okay.
Biden was at the UN today, and
Did he do a great job?
You know,
They said he was on top of his game.
well, he was
Well,
able
his
to
game
read.
is pretty low.
I'm kidding.
He was able
I'm
to read
kidding.
his
Teleprompter.
yeah, the teleprompter. But look, here's the thing, man. He's saying the President Joe Biden declared today, the world is an inflection point in history,
Really?
urging countries to join forces to tackle threats such as climate change, which has been debunked by the top specialists. In fact, the only thing that can contest it is what is the word when you have a general poll? Consensus. That's it. Yeah, there's a consensus that
Well, there is no consensus in science.
That's
Isn't
my
that what
point.
The guy said.
yeah, there is no consensus
There
in
shouldn't be.
science.
Neither
These are
is or is
facts.
not.
So whatever. So
Right.
his first one is urging countries to join tackles to threaten to tackle threats such as climate change,
Right.
pandemics,
Mhm.
which this is a pandemic going on right now, but it was man-made
Right.
and it was purposely let loose.
It was.
Okay, so and corruption,
Corruption.
dude.
That was one of the other ones.
He
He
is the
told-
fucking poster child
He
for
is.
all three.
especially corruption. Hunter Biden and
Well,
and,
just-
and his relationship in business dealings with China and Biden's. I mean, Joe Biden.
And then he continues to
Are you kidding me?
to stroke his penis by saying,
Oh, boy.
having ended a 20-year-long relentless war in Afghanistan,
Oh, what a
Biden
hero!
says, United States is ready for a new era that it intends to be face modern transitional threats through diplomacy, development, aid, and partnerships.
No.
Not military force.
You blow them up.
And you know what's funny?
Fuck.
The
What an
the
idiot.
180 representatives at the UN are rolling their eyes.
They're just like, this
100%.
we need to take over now before he's gone.
Well, our enemies are.
Right.
Yeah, China's like, this may not be a better time than ever than to strike now.
Right.
And you know where they're going to start first? Taiwan.
Yeah.
And then what? Are we going? He's not going to defend Taiwan.
Well, then he goes a little bit further out. A little bit. Then they
Why
keep
isn't
going.
Taiwan protected by the UN?
No, they're protected by the United States.
Well, the UN.
No, I think it's literally the United States.
Well,
Like we signed a treaty with Taiwan that we would protect them. I may be wrong on that,
I don't
but
know.
I think that's literally. I think there is a treaty between Taiwan and the United States. Anyway, but
all right. Well, even okay. So here, just the fact that we
I may
signed
be totally
a treaty.
wrong on that.
Look. Let's just play devil's advocate here. So even if but because of policy, let's just say we signed a treaty with them that we'll protect them. Well, because we protect them, then we automatically the UN should be protecting. We should come together.
No, I don't.
Because
disagree with
it's all it's one for all and all for one.
Well, that's NATO, right?
That's the
is-
North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
NATO is like that. I don't know if the UN is necessarily like that. NATO is. So you've signed a pact with all the NATO countries, that if Russia decides to attack,
But this is
Belgium.
China. This is the opposite.
Right. So,
I know, but there is no
Mr.
there is no
Producer,
NATO on that side of the country.
Yeah, but I just thought the UN would be joining in. Oh yeah, they're a bunch of corrupt motherfuckers too.
Well, yeah, I think the UN should be disbanded.
Oh yeah,
personally.
no, it's a hugely corrupt organization. All right, so I'm wrong about Taiwan. So, Mr. Producer, put some stuff up there. I mean, we have a policy of recognizing that China does not have sovereignty over Taiwan, and we have said multiple times that we would defend Taiwan. But I don't think we have anything officially on paper like a NATO alliance or any sort of treaty or alliance that makes us.
Hey, who was the
beholden.
Putz, the movie star that had to say that Taiwan was a country and then had to come back and be like, "Oh, I'm sorry," but he had to say it
It
in
was John Cena.
John Cena. What a putz!
Yeah.
That was with his fast.
Well, did you see what the
Furious.
Secretary of State did? He put out a tweet that said we stand with the people of Taiwan, and then he deleted it and replaced it with a softer tone. Our Secretary of State. We're not talking about
Blinken.
we're not talking about a politician or a movie star or some basketball GM like with the Rockets, Daryl Morey.
Or this administration's a bunch of wusses.
They're the biggest bunch of wusses ever, and it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yep. These countries are going to figure out again. They've got another 3 years to do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I guarantee China's thinking, shit, man, this may be the time because just like Russia took on Crimea, right? Took over Crimea and Obama did nothing. And now Crimea is part of Russia.
Right.
China's thinking this might be the chance. This is our only chance because if Trump comes back into office, we have a major problem. But
then we got to wait another 4 years.
They have a major problem.
they have a major problem. Yeah. I mean, they're.
And I don't think so.
I guarantee.
I think if Trump and look, even if Trump doesn't get into office, this is just it, man. There are so many people out there that are idiots, and I feel like Don Lemon saying this right now, calling the other half idiots.
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to the Democrats.
Yeah.
I don't mean to
Yeah.
call them idiots, but what I'm saying is that look, if the polls are correct, which I don't want to think they are, then half the country likes Biden.
Yeah, they do.
Well, his approval rating is extremely low right now.
Oh yeah. No, the Democrats are upset with Biden. No question about it.
They voted for Biden to get out of Trump.
That's right. And
I
they
don't think they necessarily
and they have-
wanted Biden.
and they have buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
They didn't really want him. They just didn't want Trump.
But I don't get it why they. I just I don't understand how it is that they is it because of
Think
his
that
angry
way?
tweets?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes.
I hate it too.
Yes. That's why.
And he's still doing it. Like he's still disparaging and making an ass of himself and still saying stupid shit.
Well, he's never going to change.
And calling people names and calling Biden a fool. And I mean, just he doesn't. He's not going to change. And
But
I don't.
I like
I
it.
don't want.
I like it,
Well,
dude. Look, he's
It's-
stomping on the grounds.
okay, but it's divisive
That-
and it's hateful.
That some folks can only walk on, and I think that's a Dr. Dre phrase. But my point is, he's taking the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And hey, I can't do this. Guess what? I'm going to do that. You know what? I mean, the Accords, the Abraham Accords.
Yeah.
He knocked that shit out. North Korea,
Right.
first president crossed that line. Come on, who does that?
Right.
I mean, they're not going to give him props.
No, they're not.
They won't. But they need to. The world
They won't.
needs to.
I think the thing with Trump is he doesn't give a shit who he tramples on.
I know. If he just had an ounce of diplomacy and whatever, dignified presence,
I think he has that.
he doesn't.
I think he has that to a degree, especially when he speaks with people one-on-one, though.
Yeah, I would
When
agree with that.
when I see that when he visits folks at the hospital or
He's authentic.
or he's correct. He's authentic. You see that he like the firemen will be lining up on when he's driving by. He'll stop. He'll get out of the car and
Yeah.
go up and talk to him.
Yeah.
Just like at the 9/11 ceremonies.
that was great.
He went to the fire departments
Yeah.
and talked to them there.
Awesome.
He didn't make a big speech, but he went and talked to them because I think he's authentic and he cares. Now, I think at that level he has the dignity, but when he gets out in the world,
Yeah.
I think he kind of
I know. I
kind
just hate it.
But that's
loses
just it.
a little bit.
I think the I like it. I like the fact
doesn't
that he's got
bother
a
me.
set of balls on him.
I wish he'd keep his mouth shut every now and then.
Yeah.
But it
Because
doesn't bother me.
bottom line is, it is your job as the commander in chief and
To
the president of
represent.
the United States to represent all of United States and to unite the country. It is your job to do that. I mean, and you're not always successful because I know there's major differences in ideology.
The problem is
but
that
he's got to make an effort to do
he's
that.
being attacked nonstop
I
by
know
the
that.
left.
I know that.
Worse than any president
Worse.
has ever been
Absolutely.
attacked ever.
Yep.
From even before he got into office, they're accusing him of bullshit.
I know.
And he didn't
Right
take
down
it.
to the day that he got out of the office in January 6th insurrection, which
I
was
know.
bullshit again.
The whole thing was bullshit.
And he's been declared innocent of all that.
I think the difference is we're not used to people fighting back.
yeah.
And he's fighting back. He's not putting up with it.
Well,
Bush
I mean,
put up with it. The other Bush put up with it. Clinton didn't have to deal with it. Obama didn't have to deal with it. Biden doesn't have to deal with
I
it.
guess what it is I yearn for the days when politicians got along, right? And then you had a president that could unite the country. But honestly, I don't think it's possible now. I think
No.
this country is so divided and so hateful
There's-
towards each other.
There's
It
far
isn't
too much
possible.
power at stake.
Yeah,
know?
there's too. Yeah, there is, and there's so much lying going on. The Biden administration is lying through their teeth, and they're setting up this whole apparatus to stay in power forever by importing millions of everything we've been talking about, right? So I am absolutely okay with Trump coming in
200,000
there.
people
Yep.
coming up from the south
every month, 200,000 a month. Anyway, so I'm okay with Trump coming in there and putting a stop to the fucking madness. I'm okay with it.
Right.
And at that point, I don't care about the tweets. I don't care about who he
Well,
offends.
he can't tweet anymore.
We have got to stop the madness.
yeah.
And I'm 100% on board with doing that.
Yeah.
So
Well, I tell you what,
And I-
whatever Republican president gets in there next, whoever that is going to get as much shit as Trump did.
oh yeah, DeSantis, he's not going to run. He's already made that clear. But he would get torn up. He's already getting torn up.
Everyone
Hold on.
will.
He made that clear he's not running?
He said, nah. Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. I have no interest in it. DeSantis said that.
Well, I bet there's backroom deals all the time. He's young.
And it's 3 years from now. So there's a
Well,
lot of time.
I also think it could be a ploy. I'm not going to run, so you don't start digging into my shit, ragging me over the coals. for 3 years.
Right.
So I'm going to say I'm not even going to try. So they're going to kind of, yeah, we're going to bug you because you're the Florida governor, but we're not going to dig into your shit if you were a presidential
and
candidate.
try to discredit you way
Right.
beforehand.
Right.
They're digging into his shit anyways.
Well, I know, but I think there's a different level because they saw him as he could be the next president.
He's a threat.
So we need to dig into him really deep. Oh, now he says he's not interested. So maybe we don't have to go quite as deep and drag his
So
shit
who are
through it.
some
I
potential
believe that.
presidential nominations?
Well, it's supposed
nominees?
to be Nikki Haley. I think she screwed herself by dogging Trump to a liberal journalist.
Well, I think Trump. I think
Trump
Cruz,
is the front runner,
I
no
think
question about it.
Cruz.
Well, didn't he came out and said he's running? I mean, he's going to run.
Who?
Ted
Trump
Cruz? What?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
no.
Trump did.
When?
Yeah, he said, don't worry, I've got some good news coming for you. And then he came out and said he has no choice. He's
When
gotta
was
run
this?
Again. It was like less than a week ago. I might be
didn't hear
crazy.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he said he's basically gonna run.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Haley. I think there's some.
And then Ted Cruz. You said Ted Cruz.
Well, DeSantis. You said he's not. Nikki Haley. There she is.
Oh, I wish she had not screwed herself on
Then
that
you're the
deal.
governor of is it
Yeah,
North
South
Dakota.
Dak- South Dakota.
Christine Nome.
Yep,
I like her.
She's pretty.
he is pretty.
That too. She's one of those Bisquick face women.
What?
This
She
quick?
takes like a spatula and a bunch of Bisquick to put her makeup on.
Oh,
Oh, you think she has a lot? Oh, kind of looks like it.
really?
But
Just saying. Yeah.
Pence.
God. Oh, Pence has said that he's going to run.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. What a waste.
Yeah,
What a
I
waste
don't
of
know.
money.
I don't see him being the vice president. If Trump gets a nomination, he will not be the vice president
No.
again.
Because he's angry at him not backing him
Yeah.
during the.
During the what?
Yeah.
You know what? Trump's
that's
not
what- that's-
angry with Pence.
That's what led up to the January 6th deal. What they were doing inside the House when that whole protest happened was they were protesting and challenging the electors
Correct.
from the Electoral College.
And
And so apparently Trump was saying that Pence had the power to basically invalidate the electors' votes, which would have made would not have made Biden
what did
president.
he?
No, he was like, brother, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, and I don't blame him. There's never been any precedent for that in American history. So he would have been way outside the swim lanes to
Yeah.
take it
I don't
upon
think-
himself to like change the
Discredit-
election.
Yeah. Yeah. I would not have done it.
Oh
either.
hell no! No, you don't do that.
I think Ted Cruz. This Josh Hawley. He was he? Is he an ex-SEAL?
Oh, Hawley, Josh Hawley. I don't know.
Or Marine or something. But I like him.
Scroll down for us, please.
I know Sean said. Oh God, what's the guy's name? Sean. Troy Dungan.
Oh, Trey.
Trey
Gowdy.
Trey Gowdy,
Gowdy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not running. Yeah, they're going through the entire list of people. None of them are going to run for
Was that
president.
Mitt Romney? I tell you what, that guy right there. Oh, Mitt Romney.
Gosh,
Fuck
get
Mitt Romney.
the fuck off the
There's no
screen.
way.
You are not a Republican. You
Scroll up.
sack of shit.
The black guy. What's his name? That guy.
Tim Scott.
He's good.
He is good.
He's really good.
Well, he gave the
State of the Union rebuttal, didn't he?
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Yeah, he's really good. I'd
Yeah,
vote
he's
for him.
smart.
I'd vote
And
for
then,
him.
of course, they got all racist on him and called him Uncle Tom and
Yeah.
all
Tim
this
Scott.
kind of other stuff.
Yeah, he's really smart. He comes from humble beginnings, and I agree with a lot of what he says.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing how the left is so, woke and so racial oriented, and then as soon as you have a prominent black person representing
Yeah,
conservative ideals or Republican ideals,
they're a
they,
white
they,
nationalist.
they get crazy racist.
Well, just like Larry Elder out in California.
There we go. They called him the blackface of the Republican Party.
And he had the white lady in the gorilla face throwing eggs at him.
Yeah.
And they were just calling him, oh, she was a mentally unstable person. No, she was probably a racist. throwing an egg at him.
100% a racist. I mean, unbelievable. The
Yeah.
hypocrisy is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right. Do we
But he's
exhaust
good.
this now?
I forgot about him. He'd be a strong candidate. He'd be a good VP if Trump gets a nomination.
Who is?
Tim Scott.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Imagine. I know she shouldn't have blown it, but Nikki Haley, presidential candidate, Tim Scott, VP. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But I think she ruined herself. She ruined her chances.
What about Huckabee?
No,
Is he in the list?
I don't think he's even
Nah,
interested.
he's not in the list.
Well, I mean,
Well, he ran back.
he's
when
not on the
Clinton-
list, but
Clinton
he'd
ran.
be a good nomination.
Well, his daughter's the one before she
Well,
was the
Speaker of the
press
House.
secretary, Sarah Huckabee.
Or yeah,
She got made of so bad because of the way she looks. The press, the liberals just made.
Oh, you're talking about the press
the
secretary.
press secretary, who was extremely good at what
Oh,
she
she
did.
was good. I mean,
Extremely good.
she was large boned or big boned
Right.
or whatever
Yeah.
you call it. Oh, yeah, they were ruthless with
They
her.
were ruthless.
Yeah.
And here we go. Once again, just like I was saying about the left,
judging people by the way they look. I mean,
Yeah.
even on SNL,
unbelievable. They're supposed to be
SNL
women's rights and feminists and
because
this and that.
what's his name? Scott
Bullshit.
Sean Spicer.
Sean
Spicer.
Spicer, yeah.
You know, he was press secretary. He's kind of a pushover, and then when Sarah Huckabee took over, I mean, she's kind of a
She held
dominant
around.
force, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she held around.
Yeah, Sarah Huckabee. She was really good. She's running for governor, I think, of
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Love it.
No,
Love
she's
it.
being groomed. She's being groomed for sure. She's going to be running for She's going to be running for president.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, this lady here. Yeah, I mean she's.
Hold on. So that's Huckabee's daughter?
Yeah,
That's
his daughter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sarah Sanders.
And they
or
were
Sarah's-
so mean to her. Oh
She's
my
smart.
God.
Yeah, even the press dinner where they had where they do the comedians. What do they call that? The
Yeah.
press.
It's it's the
Yeah, they had the comedian up there.
Correspondents.
The correspondent. They had this comedian there. Some comedian.
Jackass.
Oh my God. You know, there comes a point where you're kind of like, dude, that's too much.
yeah.
That's too much.
Well, when you
and
make
she
it
was
personal,
there. I think.
when you're body
Yeah.
shaming, they were body shaming.
Yeah, I mean, and she's saying that she put her her mascara on, not her eyes, but eyeshadow on with like a black cigar, ash. You know, it's just like
And she's there. She's there
yeah,
in the
she
room.
was sitting there at the table right next to her as she was doing it.
Unbelievable. Their treatment of Huckabee, of Sarah Sanders, unbelievable. Anyway, so
She's only 39. Wow,
yeah. That's
she
what I'm
she
just
just
saying.
qualified to be
There's
president.
so much hypocrisy coming from the bullshit left. And when you see that hypocrisy, you know that they're not sincere.
Well, you know what?
They're not sincere about anything they really want or really what they're really fighting for.
One
It's
thing,
all bullshit.
Yeah, one thing that I've always noticed, and I tell this to my boys, I was like, the Democrats, they appear to be the party of tolerance, yet they are the most intolerant of any opposing view,
Intolerant and fascist.
and they are the ones who want to keep people in these race buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I know me, I could give a shit, but they want to say you're black, so you have to think this way. You're Mexican, you have to think this way. Just like Biden says, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, right? I think
Yep.
they're
trying
the,
to do
they're,
everything they can to separate us,
they're-
segregate us.
They're the ones who keep talking about race.
Yep.
Stop talking about it. Everyone just becomes who they are,
Yeah.
right?
Let's all become colorblind and treat people for the talents and the character that they are.
Yeah.
And nope, and they're not on board with that.
Democrats are the party of intolerance.
100%.
I'm
Okay.
sick of it. I'm sick of talking about it.
Me too.
Well, you brought it up.
You did.
I did. I said I wanted to touch on it a little bit because I was thinking, you know what, this sounds like some sort of, I mean, just the way shit is nowadays. I mean, it's always, I mean, just the whole fuck up of getting the people out of Afghanistan just reminds me of a horrible action movie. You know, just
Yeah.
like it's just absolutely gone
Yeah.
wrong.
I guarantee they'll make a movie about it. They did the Benghazi thing,
Oh, Benghazi.
which was
Remember
good.
Remember how angry we were about Benghazi? That
Nothing
ranks
happened.
second to the whole Black Hawk Down. Remember that one?
Oh, Black Hawk
Yeah.
Down was fun.
Did you yell at the screen in Black Hawk Down? I was pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the actor's name? A blonde haired dude, comedian as well.
Comedian.
Well, not comedian, but he
was
did a
in
lot of
Pearl-
comedy
He
movies.
was in Pearl Harbor.
Hold on. Am I thinking of the right guy? The same guy?
You have to get it up on the screen there.
Oh, what the hell's a Black Hawk Down?
Black
Hawk Down.
Isn't he the Josh?
Black Hawk Down. Let's see.
Josh. He was in Pearl Harbor. Josh Hartnett, right? right there.
Nice. You nailed it. Josh Hartnett.
Yeah. Then you have Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was in
God,
it.
I thought he was someone else.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Evan McGregor. It's sad that when you like play some character, the rest of your life, that's all you're known as.
Right.
Like Harry Potter will always be known as Harry Potter.
Yeah. He was in a movie I just watched called Guns Akimbo. I recommend it.
Was it weird?
It's Harry Potter. Well, the guy who plays Harry Potter's in it, and it's in the future. I don't know how far in the future, but there's a game I think it's called Schism, and it's basically these people get picked and they have to go kill someone. And it's videoed, it's on TV, and there's huge crowds that follow it and everything.
Oh, it's like a game show.
So if you win, then you go on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
Like Hunger Games.
Right. And but it's in the city, right? So it's just like, and I don't know if Harry Potter got picked randomly because he hacked someone, or he made a troll
I think
comment.
I've seen that.
He made a comment on some board, and he was trolling real bad. He was sitting in his house. He's lonely on his computer. He made this comment. Well, he made a comment to the wrong person. They broke into his house, surgically attached these guns to his hands, and he had like 50 bullets in each one, and says, "You are now the new contestant in Schism." And so he had to go around, and he couldn't use his hands because
What the
he had to
hell?
try to get dressed.
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, so it's good. It's called Guns Akimbo.
It actually is good.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
not bad.
dumb.
Well, yeah, it sounds dumb, but it was entertaining. Put it that way.
Okay.
He does
All
pretty
right,
good.
So
at
how
it.
does he pee if he had guns on his hands?
Well, they show that.
Did they really?
Yeah, well, he has to. Yeah, they show him trying to put on clothes, him trying to eat, him trying to do all kinds of stuff because he's got these guns that are like.
So he doesn't have hands anymore.
Well, he has hands.
But there's a
Jesus
gun
Christ.
sewed
they're-
into his hand.
Yes, kind of. They're attached surgically to his hands with like wire and all kinds of shit.
Oh,
He can't take them off.
Oh well, so he's still poopy.
Oh, there we
right
go.
Here, right there. So they're like nailed to his hand, or I don't know, screwed into his fingers or whatever.
How bizarre.
It's entertaining. You see, he's in a robe and in his big old beast feet and everything.
And they will not let him take those guns off
No.
unless he kills somebody.
Well, he has to kill the other person, right? And it's about
And the other guy's trying to kill him.
right.
Okay. All right. Well, I could go for that.
Yep. So it was
Well,
good.
it looks like he gets upset and tries to kill himself. I see a picture of him with a gun in his
Yeah, I
mouth.
mean he's very
He doesn't like it.
neurotic and anxious and whatever. It was good, and that's the girl right there is the one he's going against. So
Oh, it's a girl.
yeah, it's violent.
Interesting.
It's very violent, and it was
Does she
entertaining.
have guns stapled to her hand?
Nope.
I didn't see that.
No.
Whoa. Why does he have that, but she doesn't?
Well, because he pissed off the leader of this.
Oh. He trolled the wrong person.
Correct. So
Oh,
it's
so
basically forcing him to do it.
Right.
So
Right. I got you. All right. Well, that might be good.
That was
Guns
good.
akimbo.
Yeah.
All right.
it was entertaining.
well,
Kind of random.
Yeah, so it kind of goes into the thing of, we've been talking about some movies, and, I have the list of, I think it's always interesting to see other people's ideas of what they think are the best, it's like sci-fi movies
Yeah.
compared to what you think. So I wrote down, and this is off of, I think it's sci-fi.com or something like that.
Okay.
So they're number 10, and I've seen all of these.
Well, see, that's already a good sign
Yeah,
because there's been multiple times I've found a list and I haven't seen 7 of the 10,
yeah. So I've
which
seen
tells me that's bullshit.
I've seen all of these.
All right, go.
So number
10.
10 is District 9.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's
It was
about apartheid and
And I found it
that whole
to be a
thing.
little tedious.
Yeah,
It seemed to kind of go on and on and on.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a good movie. It was a good
I
movie.
thought it was interesting because
It
he
was
turned
unique.
into one of them at the end, right?
Yeah.
One of the aliens.
Yeah, it was unique.
So the next one is
hold on. What was the first one again?
District 9.
District
District
9.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you haven't seen that? It's a good movie.
I
That's
think
good.
I did. I just don't recall what it was.
yeah, my
what
wife
was
and
it
I saw
about?
that.
it takes place. There's aliens come down in South Africa, and they inhabit and they become like a
Another race.
another race, a low income. They live in this,
Oh yeah,
They live
I
in
have
the-
seen that one, and they.
and he slowly turns into one. The guy,
Oh.
the head policeman, who would go in there and shoot them and kill them and police them, slowly turns into one of them.
Yeah, I don't remember
That was kind of.
part.
I don't remember him turning into one, but
I don't either.
Yeah, he does. You see his eye?
Yeah, no, I see that.
yeah, but I don't think he. I don't think he actually ever went in there and killed him. I think he was like some sort of liaison or something.
Well, he was
Yeah.
a bad guy. Basically, he treated them like shit, and then,
Wow.
and then he ended up
Like
as one of them.
Right.
So, anyway,
Interesting. Okay. All right. What's number 9?
next one is Children of Men.
Ooh, I have not seen that.
Really good.
Children of Men.
It is.
It's a sci-fi movie,
It's
right?
a sci-fi movie.
right.
It's about, and it's kind of interesting. They don't really explain it, but in the future, they don't explain why.
Yeah,
but
don't give away too much.
they can't have. No one can have babies.
Everybody's sterile.
That everyone was sterile, and there's one lady that they found could get pregnant.
So they were lining up.
Oh, really?
So it's about.
God.
It's been a while since I've seen this, but it's about him trying to get her to safety. Basically, I think is what it is. It's very.
I'm sure that's what he
dystopian.
was doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
Hey, why don't you come with
it's
me?
about that.
I'll
It's about
take
the
care
near
of you.
future.
You're awesome.
Near
Number,
future.
number 8.
There was something about going on. Jurassic Park, the original.
Sci-fi. Okay.
Well, I've seen that one.
I guess that's sci-fi.
That was what, early '90s when that came out. 90. That was when I first moved down here to Texas.
I think it's more
93.
fantasy. I mean, sci-fi to me is like leaving Earth, something outside of Earth.
Well, more
I
like
don't
science
think that's-
fiction. Well, you know what? But it was science fiction because they took the embryos
No,
and
I
they
understand
scientifically
that.
altered the eggs.
But to me, it's like it has to be something that's like not part of Earth, like
Well, that's just you.
aliens or in space.
Yeah, but they had Jurassic World.
That's interesting.
Well,
Yeah, so
Jurassic
Jurassic Park.
Island was
They
an
probably had
island in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they probably had a tough time trying to figure out where to put that. But anyway, I agree with it. Amazing movie. I remember seeing it in the movie theater, and I was like in awe.
That Tyrannosaurus Rex.
It was real.
Chasing after Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
the fly.
the scene that blew me away is when they're up in the attic, not the attic, but above the ceiling, and the Velociraptor is,
Looking for him.
looking for him.
Oh, and they figured out they were climbing up in the crawl space.
Yes, and the light was shining through the grid of the vent, and it was shining on the Velociraptor's face. I was like, it's real. It's freaking real. It looked
Velociraptors
real
are
as
real.
real
Jumped
can
up
look.
there and scraped the
yeah,
upper air.
yeah, jumped up and
It's crazy.
oh, it was amazing.
And figured out how to open up the door.
It
So
did.
they're coming out with with the original people, another Jurassic Park.
How is that, Bob? They're all old.
Well,
I know, but it's the original people.
Well, that was 93 when that came out. So that was 30. It'll be 30 years in 2023.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yeah, that is.
We're so old.
Yeah, that's a
when
long
did we
time
get
ago.
so old?
That was about 10 years ago.
All right, number 7.
Number 7, Back to the Future.
Great.
Yeah, that's
Absolute
again sci-fi. But
greatness.
I think I don't know if I'd call it a sci-fi one, but still a fantastic.
What do you mean time travel? But here I am being
But it was also
hypocritical.
But it was comedic,
Oh, it's great.
and at the same time, right? It's not your standard aliens or
Oh,
monsters.
the way
type
they
thing.
weave the story,
Right.
and he goes back and he meets the mom, and then he's
So how would you deal with that? You go back and your mom was like hitting on you. Would you be like, God.
and she's hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but not to him. I would hope not.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, but what if he didn't know?
What if he didn't know?
What if he was his own dad?
What if he impregnated his mom with
Dude,
himself?
Did you just hear me?
Yeah,
That's what I just
I
said. What
know.
if he was his own dad?
I know. That's creepy.
Wow.
It could happen. I see a new movie.
God.
Well, that's in like Terminator. Remember, he goes back and he copulates with.
Well, the Terminator doesn't.
No, but in the movie, and then he ends
Kyle
up
Reese
the guy that he ends up fighting with in the
is his
future
son.
ends up being his son because he goes back in time and produces his son
And Dork and his mom.
and dorking the mom.
Right. All right. Number 6.
Number 6.
This was another good one. Blade Runner.
Oh, great movie.
Great movie. I
Harrison Ford
saw it in the theater.
and what's the woman?
Is that the one with the little spiders?
Her name is
No.
Sean.
Little robot spiders?
Young.
Sean Young. Great movie.
Yeah.
Creepy
she was,
movie.
Yeah. It was creepy. It was long. I remember seeing it in the theater, and I don't think I quite understood it because I was probably 13 or 14 whenever it came out.
Oh, it
or
was
something like that.
yeah. There was a lot going on.
But I've watched it since then, and it's really, really good. And they've remade it.
Yeah, not so good.
It was all right.
Well, they did a sequel.
Well, yeah. It's they didn't remake it. They made a sequel.
That's
You're
right. Okay.
You're right.
And I was disappointed.
Yeah.
And it was Harrison Ford.
Well, he was in it. I don't think he had the main part. I
Right,
think
no,
it
he-
was some other.
What
dude.
was the sci-fi movie where they had some robotic spiders?
Arachnophobia.
No, those were real spiders.
Yeah,
I thought it was Blade
robotic
Runner.
spiders.
it was not Blade Runner.
No, I think you're thinking Star Wars.
Could be Star Wars.
I mean, Star Wars and
That was Lost in Space. All right.
no, I don't know.
I don't know.
Number
Anyway,
5.
Number 5, Aliens. The
I would
second one.
almost. I don't even care what 1 through 4 are. I would put it at number 1. I'm serious.
Yeah, it's good.
It's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen, if not the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was
From
well
a,
done.
from a sci-fi perspective. So it's going to be far-fetched to hear 4 being better.
Runaway. Yep. Producers
Oh,
right.
yeah, that had Gene Simmons in it.
Gene Simmons and Tom Selleck.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Good job.
It was a good movie.
Good job, Mr. Producer.
It's 5.9 on IMDb, which I wouldn't even.
Gene Simmons did a good job.
Yeah, he
Did
was
he?
creepy as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah.
Did they showcase his long tongue?
It
Yeah,
was scary when
he always it was just always just hanging.
Every time
Those
he
little-
talked, he was like,
those little spiders.
they
they would come after you, and they were programmed to kill you. So
And they
I
had like
mean,
needles.
they did.
like Terminator.
No,
I don't
they
recall
were not
Terminator
little.
having needles.
I don't remember.
All right.
Was
All
he
right,
a junkie?
Number 4.
Number 4, E.T.
Not better than Aliens. Okay. So.
Extraterrestrial E.T.
Yeah, I watched
but-
Aliens multiple
yeah.
times. I saw E.T. once.
E.T. Great movie though.
It really was.
It was a
Is
game
it?
changer.
Is it?
I think
Yeah,
it
I
was
wasn't
one
a
of
game
those.
changer.
From a family
There you go.
sci-fi perspective.
Yeah.
Game changer.
I think it was one of the
I think
great
Goonies
movies for a family to come see.
Oh,
but
for sure.
it's a memorable movie because the whole family went and enjoyed it.
Yeah, you got the pack of kids on the bikes.
Yes,
I mean,
And-
those bike scenes were amazing.
and
they
it was
were-
sad
and they
too
were-
because you
oh,
It
had
was a sad movie.
who was the Barry or Drew Barrymore.
Barry.
And she was
Moore.
younger sister. She was funny, in it's funny
She
when
was
the
so cute.
alien was like in a pack of the stuffed animals, and the mom was looking for, what's in the closet, and it opens up the closet, and then she's kind of going over the Snoopy, the Henry,
He's
and all the
right there.
dinosaurs,
face.
and E.T. his eyes, and everyone's laughing. And then they've got the
That's when Reese Pieces got real big.
Yeah.
no reason
No,
that,
it
that-
was the intro of Reese's
yeah,
Pieces.
sure
Yes.
was, and it was fantastic.
That's one of my favorite candies.
What a
is
way
Reese's
to
Pieces.
what a way to start a brand of something that lasts for another 30, 40 years, right?
Well, they come out in early '80s, so yeah, it's probably 40 years.
Yeah. Going back
plus-
to Drew Barrymore, I know this is a little side note, but how many times do you see somebody that is a child actress or child actor that ends up being okay?
She had a really tough time.
She did, but she pulled through it. She's got
Yeah.
her own talk show now.
She has a talk show.
She's got a talk show and everything. I mean, she's one of the rare cases where somebody pulls through the craziness of Hollywood, in my
She's been in a
opinion.
ton of movies.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch. She's got
50
Juggy too.
Oh, 50 First Dates was awesome.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
With
Adam,
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler?
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's another one that had a bunch of movies, and frankly, all his movies are. I'm going to say it. They're
Goofy.
stupid.
They're goofy.
Yeah, they're goofy, but you know what? They're not horrible.
They're not horrible.
Where's
But-
the one where he was the hairdresser?
Oh, that was goofy.
That was stupid.
I didn't see
This,
that one.
The Great
Shar,
Zoltan or something like
The
that.
Great Zoltan. Oh my god, it was hilarious, man.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, but-
penis would like fight people.
Yeah.
Okay. Forget it. I'm not going to watch that. But there's
Sean's
been a,
like mine does.
but he's
that.
had he's had plenty of good movies.
He's had some good ones.
He has.
He has some really bad ones too.
He has
though.
some bad
Oh,
ones.
hold on. Which were good movies with Adam Sandler?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore was
Yeah,
a
that
great
was
one.
funny. Happy Gilmore was the favorite part. I had two. I've got two favorite parts.
I've never seen it.
Happy Gilmore part.
Oh,
What the fuck
you gotta
is-
watch
Just
it.
saying. I've
Oh,
never seen it.
Jesus,
It's
All
really
right,
good.
So Happy Gilmore, two
There's my
parts.
uncle in it.
The first one, first of all, Happy Gilmore was like he would play like hockey. He was in a golf tournament, and so but he had this hockey swag with the. So he played golf with a hockey swing. So, anyways,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were
Funny.
pulling stuff out of his house because they were it was being reclaimed. What is it called? There are people coming and taking the house because they owed money on taxes and stuff. So
Yeah, repossess.
yeah, it was being repossessed. So he was like, "Hey man, I bet you X amount of dollars I can hit this ball farther." So he hits this freaking golf ball, and he hits it so far, that it hits this window down the very end of the street, like a long way away. And then the neighbor, he comes out the window because it's on the second floor. He's like, "Hey, what's going on over here?" And he hits it again, and bam, hits a dude in the head. You hear the little noise, and then he falls out the window. That was one of my favorite parts. But the favorite part of that movie was when he was playing golf. It was like with Bob Barker, and he and Bob Barker started
Bob Barker
fighting.
was a monster.
Yeah,
An
Bob Barker
absolute
whipped
monster.
his ass.
Yes.
And that was the whole thing. Adam
What, they were like
Sandler-
rolling down the hill and all that shit?
Yes. And that's what made it so funny because Bob Barker's like the nicest guy ever, right?
He's like, he
and
was
they
like,
make him to be a monster in this movie.
He was like, and he called him bitch. You're my bitch.
Yes. Yes.
He
All
just
right,
beat the
we'll get
shit out of
back
him.
to the sci-fi list, but look. So here's a
All right,
couple
but what
here.
about Drew
Waterboy.
Barrymore?
We got Waterboy, Wedding Singer,
Whoa, whoa,
both
whoa,
good
Water
movies.
Beater?
Wedding Singer was good. That was
Wedding
one.
Singer was great.
That
Waterboy was good.
yeah.
Keep scrolling down.
Or
I-
up?
Other way.
Or-
Yeah. Let's
He had made
see.
some dumb ones.
Yeah.
Oh, total dumb one.
Mr. Deeds. All right. The hot
Mis-
chick.
50 First Dates was great.
Where was the one?
Click wasn't bad.
You don't mess with the Zohan. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
yeah.
forget that.
Oh my no, but he was a hairdresser. He was from the Middle East somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's like dreamed to come to the United States to be
There's-
a hairdresser.
Right, there's Grown Ups. That's not bad.
Grown Ups was all right.
Grown Ups 2. There you go. Keep going.
Jack and Jill was odd. Anytime a guy's
Jack and
dressed
Jill
in
was
drag.
really odd. It was a really bad movie. Okay.
he
I
was a
guess
bit
he's
on-
at Hotel Transylvania.
Hasn't
Oh,
been
he's
on
doing the
too
voice.
much.
Yeah, he's doing the voice of some animated movies.
Dracula.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. So, I mean, he had a couple.
Yeah, he's been on a kind of a dry spell.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah, but he was in like Billy Madison was another stupid one that was funny. But he's got a lot of these little romance movies that he's always in with the same Latin chick, you know?
Is
like
he?
like Click. I think that was one of them, right?
Well, click on Click. I click on Click. I don't know who you're referring to. Scroll up.
Yeah, like
Oh, there you
Click.
got it. I'm sorry.
He's like the cliche, like, you know, he's probably married with somebody and his wife's a real bitch and they get some sort of someone that nanny that helps take care of the kids and stuff, and he ends up falling in love with her, and
Right.
the wife leaves him, and then he ends up going out with the nanny.
That was
And
it.
they
That was a
lived
good
happily
movie.
ever after.
I thought that was a good movie. All right, let's see who the.
Kate Beckinsale.
Oh,
She's
there
the
you
bee.
go. Wow, I forgot she's in that movie.
Oh, I forgot. Is that the Latina chick?
No,
she's British.
What are you? Are you stupid? You don't know who Kate Beckinsale is
I guess not,
from
bitch.
Underworld? Oh my!
She was also in Pearl Harbor.
Oh, she's a freaking
Give her a
hottie,
Pearl Harbor.
hotter than hottie.
I don't see any other chick in there though.
Me
I
neither.
see the Fonz.
Yeah, I think he's maybe off track on this one,
Yeah.
unless it's Lorraine Nichols.
Jennifer Coolidge. Isn't that Stifler's mom from
It is.
American Pie?
It totally is. Good call. All right, Jeff, number
right.
3.
Number 3 is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
It's too slow, too boring.
I watched that.
Yeah.
I saw Star Wars. I'm sorry. I saw 2001, and I was probably 8, and I was just like, "This is freaking terrible."
Yeah,
I didn't understand any of it,
Boring as hell.
and I was just like, "Dad, this is terrible." And then, like a few months later, my dad's like, "We're gonna go see Star Wars." I was like, "Really? You're gonna take me to
Another shitty sci-fi
another
movie.
Star Wars?" And of course, I was blown out of the water with Star
Oh,
Wars,
yeah.
right? Because I went into Star Wars with zero expectations.
Oh
Because
yeah,
of 2000.
no, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I bet you that's number.
2001 was
It's
was
got to be
cool
number 2 or number
from
1.
the perspective. Didn't 2001 where the Space Odyssey? They ended up trying to go to Jupiter or something like that, and they got separated from the ship, and they had to reboot HAL. And
HAL 9000. It was the computer. It was the
Yes.
computer went. Well, it's more to it than that, right? Than just the HAL, but it's the origin of man and all that stuff, right? 'Cause you get the monolith and the anyway. But HAL 9000 goes sideways and starts killing him. I think.
It's like War Games.
I don't
where,
remember
where the Hopper
been that
takes
long.
over and tries to launch all the missiles.
Could be.
That's kind of like
It's got a good music
Space
though.
Odyssey.
Zarathustra. That song.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. The is it?
bless you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number
All
2.
right, number 2. This was another really good one. Star Trek: Wrath of Khan.
Oh, greatness.
With Ricardo Montalban.
Not
Ricardo.
not better than Aliens, but excellent movie.
It was good.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, drum roll number 1.
It's probably aliens.
No, Aliens was number 5. Well, this is just this list. I'm sure there's others.
I know.
Number 1 is Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
Really, they put that over the original.
Empire Strikes Back is a better
Episode
movie,
4.
I think.
Yeah, actually, it is. It is.
You would put that over the original?
As far as
That's with the snow walkers, right? I mean, they're in the
Yes.
snow.
yeah,
Yes,
they,
that's
they,
what
I
it
were,
had
was.
they were in Hoth.
I had the lunchbox. I still have it. The
You need to keep
lunchbox
that.
of Empire Strikes Back.
You
I
need
bet
to
you I
keep
could
that.
I could put that on eBay and
Make $10 for it.
get 20. I was thinking 20.
I'm thinking $5.
No, I was thinking
Oh,
20.
look at that, the vintage one right there for $174 on eBay.
So I had the one that is right below where you are. Right? I think that's it.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it.
I had an Empire Strikes Back lunchbox, and I hit my sister in the eye with it.
Well, good for you.
And your dad threw it away.
Yeah.
I remember
and
that's
he
the-
probably should have. That's it. Enough with that. I'm throwing it away. No, Dad.
She was mean to me.
Yeah, those little metal
Really?
lunch boxes.
Who hits their sister?
Those were not
She's my
insulated.
older sister. She's older like by 4 or 5 years.
You hit a girl.
hit her hard.
What was hard? What?
Huh?
They were.
You did not.
What'd you say?
I said I hit her hard with my lunchbox.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you saying?
Deaf
I
son
think-
of a bitch.
I think Paul was
God,
going down
I'm not deaf.
Yeah, I had one. I can't remember who was on my lunchbox.
Am I allowed to make those jokes?
I don't know. It
Deaf
seems
jokes?
racist to me.
I'm not Jeff. I mean, I'm not deaf.
And, wow.
I'm not deaf. But am I allowed to make jokes like?
Sure, you can. We can make fat people jokes because we're fat.
But I go and I'm making fun of deaf people.
You're
And I'm
making
not
fun
deaf,
of
You're making
retarded
fun of
people, too.
which
yourself.
is not cool.
You're making fun of yourself.
I am, but
You're
I'm
making
not
fun
deaf.
of drunks.
I don't know. Ask a deaf person.
They would.
Are
be
you
offended.
not deaf enough to them?
Oh, I'm not even close to deaf. I'm not deaf. There are people who hear nothing.
Oh, I know.
You know, and that makes me think of. So I went to when I worked at the movie theater. We had these two guys every week that came to the movie theaters, and they were deaf, completely deaf. And the way we communicated because I didn't know how to sign, right? Nobody knew how to sign, but they do, of course. And they would, they would walk up, and I would be like, oh shit, okay. I get a napkin and a pen, and we would write back and forth, and we would, okay, we got it.
Did they have the closed caption
We'll
things?
hook you up. No, it was before all that.
Because you have to wear like a face mask now, don't you, to go to a movie?
No.
Like a helmet?
No. It's actually pretty cool now. You just plop the thing in the cup holder, and there's like a little like droid head looking thing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one anyways. Just I like watching closed caption.
Oh, you miss so much. You would guys.
I just like
bet,
closed caption.
I bet you guys would be shocked at how much you miss, even the fact that you don't have a hearing impairment. I can't watch any TV without closed caption now.
I don't like closed caption.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of it.
Okay.
The only time I turn it on is when my wife's like, "What'd they say?" I'm like, "I don't know." Rewind it. Closed caption. Oh, they said the
See?
butt.
You miss so much more than you think.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you
Because
do.
I've had closed captions on.
No,
I've
you
been over
haven't.
your place.
I think you're lying.
It's like I've heard all of this.
I think you're lying.
Yeah, that's because you've already seen the movie.
no.
Yeah.
I've never seen
but-
Star Wars.
So I can watch movies for a second time that I had not watched like before closed caption. I'm like, what? I'm like, well, I had no idea they
I
were
thought
saying
he
any
was
of this
gay.
shit. What? Darth Vader is Luke's father? What?
Ooh,
I am your
spoiler alert.
I know. God.
Really?
Way to give it away.
Wow. All right. Well, that was a good list.
What an asshole.
I don't disagree with some of those being good movies in the list. I don't think I agree with where they are in the ranking,
I think some
but
that
good ones.
what are ones that you think should have been on there?
Oh man, there's way too many. So,
Give me one. There's way too many.
Night at the Museum.
You know, one I would put on there is Edge of Darkness.
That's good. Who?
I think it's called Edge
Edge of Tomorrow. I
of
think.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. That it's
Oh, is that
freaking,
with Tom
it's
Cruise?
freaking
Tom
incredible.
Cruise.
It's absolutely
He's
freaking
got
incredible.
3 that I think that could be on there.
Yep.
Oblivion,
Oblivion is amazing.
Edge of Tomorrow, and I also like Minority Report.
You know what? I'm not sure I've seen that.
It's good.
Okay, I need to go back and watch that. I don't think I've seen it, but I agree 100% with Oblivion. So this is funny. Shelley's not really into sci-fi movies, and we rented this, and she fell asleep like she normally does, right? And I was watching it, and I was enamored.
What, this one? Minority Report?
No, with Oblivion, and I was enamored, right? And so when it ended, I was like all hyper, and I wanted to talk about it, and Shelley was like sleeping and going, What's going on? I was like, oh my god, that was the most amazing movie. It was incredible, and I wanted to talk about and they did this and they did that. I was like a little kid. I was so excited about that movie.
Right.
Have you seen Oblivion? Please tell me you've seen it.
I don't know.
You haven't, then.
Yeah.
If you don't know, then you haven't.
Don't know. I think one that should have been on here is the original Terminator.
Yeah, I was wondering why that wouldn't be on there. And Predator.
Yeah, Predator is another good one.
Why would
Terminator
that not be
2
on there?
was good as well. But I think
I have
Terminator.
not seen Oblivion. I think I was going through that stage, and I'm still kind of
Anti-Tom
going through
Cruise.
it. Yeah, just because he was a butt mite.
Watch
you
it.
know?
It's good.
Sean, get off of the anti-Tom Cruise thing because I'm
Did you
telling
call him a butt
you're
mite?
missing out.
I called him a butt mite.
Butt bite. What exactly is that? Like a bed bug? But it's a
I guess
Yeah, Oblivion's
Incredible.
is good. Is really good.
likes to entangle itself in butt hairs. A butt mite,
Nice. But yeah, Minority Report.
or maybe that's an
Terminator.
applicable person you'd like to mate with.
What about Predator? Did you like Predator?
I like the
I
original.
thought Predator was with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
Get to
that
the
was kinda
chopper.
weird.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
They wouldn't kill. They were skinned alive.
I'll tell you what's a good movie? Top 10 movies that had trilogies. Top trilogy
Whoa,
movies.
Lord of the
Trilogies.
Rings.
Yeah. Well,
Godfather.
Godfather,
Back
Lord
to
of the
the Future.
Rings,
Back to the Future.
God, there's
Star
so many.
Wars.
There's Star Wars,
Harry Potter.
Indiana Jones.
Harry fucking Potter, Indiana Jones.
Well, hold on.
Jaws.
Can it be a
Jaws.
trilogy if they make a fourth one?
Sure.
well, whatever. Yeah, just anything like that.
Well, good ones, because there's a lot of them out there that have sequels that shouldn't have had sequels.
like Ghostbusters.
Most of them.
Yes.
Like Ghostbusters should not
It's
have had
very rare that the second one is as good or better than the first. And Aliens
What was the one with
is
the
in that
the
category.
super large snake? It's a boa constrictor, not a boa constrictor. What is it called?
Anaconda.
The anaconda. Yeah, like they should not have had another one of those.
No, shouldn't have had the first one.
Yeah, well,
Well, the first one was tolerable. It was bad, but the
So-
second one was just. Really
So what
bad.
would you say is the best trilogy of all time?
or is it trilogy or just series of movies?
I
Series of
think
movies.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
So you're
man.
thinking Lord of the Rings.
You
All right.
mean to envelop the Hobbit, right? Including the Hobbit.
I guess, but I think the first ones he put out, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship,
The
Two
best-
Towers.
The best
So-
series
Return
of
of the King.
movies. I mean, can remember, we got Star Wars.
Yeah.
We have Indiana Jones. We've got Back to the Future.
You have to look at the story too, because
We've
Lord
got-
of the
I mean,
Rings
these-
is
these are
it's a
huge.
Well, Lord of the
great
Rings is a
story.
beautiful
I think
movie.
to
I
me,
mean,
to me, they're just so repetitive. It's like every Lord of the Rings movie is the same.
It's the same characters. They're going on
I
a
know,
trek.
but it's
yeah,
What
but
if they
so
made
is Star
one-
Wars.
Yeah,
so is
Star Wars has the same
Aliens.
characters.
no. I don't mean from the standpoint of the same characters. I mean, it seems to be the same
They're battling the same
storyline in
people.
every movie. It's just like the same.
Well, they do as well in Star Wars.
Well,
Darth Vader is stormtroopers,
yeah, I hear you.
so it's
Yeah.
the same.
maybe
I,
if the producer could pull up trilogy movies.
Best trilogies.
I think a lot of people would argue Godfather.
That's a tough one. For
It's
me.
been a long time for me. Again, I was younger, and that's a drama. It's not an action. I mean, there's some action in it, but it's
Yeah.
a drama.
There are a tremendous amount of trilogies out there.
Yeah.
You know, the Back to the
All the
Future, like you
the
mentioned,
Batman
even
movies.
Die Hard,
Yeah, Die
Die
Hard.
Hard.
I wouldn't classify that as
the
trilogies.
Pirates of
though.
the Caribbean.
When I think of trilogies, I think of it as
The
as
Hobbit is in the Lord of the
extending
Rings,
the story.
Spider-Man,
Extending the storyline. What about John Wick?
John Wick.
It's good.
There's 3 of them now. That's a trilogy.
Yeah, I
And
like it.
they are so freaking violent. It's
They really
ridiculous.
He's making another one.
Oh, what about Matrix?
Yeah.
Matrix was a good one too. Although I think the last Matrix sucked balls.
Was that 3 or 4? Did they make
That's
4?
3, I think.
They're making another
They're
one.
making the 4th now. So 3.
You think the 3rd one sucked, huh?
Yeah, I thought
That's too bad.
I didn't care for
What
it.
about Planet of the Apes?
the original or the new ones?
No, the new ones. There's
Well,
three of
hell,
'em.
even Terminator came in 3s and 4s.
Oh, Terminator.
Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 were really good.
They were
Terminator
incredible.
3
Yeah,
and
what
beyond.
happened on the third one? The second one was great.
Terminator 3 was not good.
Yeah, it was not good. It ruins it. Oh,
Mission
and then we got Mission
Impossible.
Impossible.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Mission Impossible
And
was good.
Iron Man.
I tell you,
I liked Iron Man.
There's been 3 Iron Mans?
Yeah, I actually liked the
Are you
Iron
kidding?
Mans. The Iron Man 1 was like one of my favorite movies. For
You're
some
saying there's
strange-
been an Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
Well, I haven't seen probably 2 of the 3. I'm so sick of Avengers and all that bullshit.
Yeah, but Iron Man was a little bit different. You know, it was. I liked.
I
it.
didn't care for 3. That's the one with the Mandarin guy.
Yeah, he's had a bunch of.
That was kind of weak. He was just an
Yeah.
actor. Spoiler alert. He really wasn't a bad guy.
Who wasn't? Oh, the
The
Mandarin
bad guy. Yes.
He ended up being a good guy?
Well, he was an actor.
Who was faking.
Yes.
Oh, I did see that. Yes, I saw
What was
that.
Iron Man 3? I don't remember that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up being a British actor.
Yeah. He was like, well, I don't know what you're doing. I'm just a British actor playing a role.
He was acting like a terrorist.
Yes.
Like a cell leader.
Yes.
He was good at it too.
Well, Ben Kingsley's pretty good. He played Gandhi. But still, I think the best. I think the best
Is that
trilogy.
Gandhi 1, 2, or 3?
That was a trilogy.
It's Gandhi 4.
He didn't live past
I
that.
think Lord of the Rings.
He starved.
I think Lord of the Rings, and
You're awful.
and I tell you, I think a lot of people would put Godfather up there as one of the best trilogies.
I tell you what, it's a good class of contenders there.
I don't know if I'd put Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 up there with it.
No, I wouldn't.
But it's a trilogy.
Well, I know, but I
And you know
wouldn't
what's
rank it
so
in the top.
unfortunate? Aliens. If the third one didn't suck, that would have been probably the greatest trilogy. The
Is-
Alien 1 and 2.
Is Aliens the one where it was in the prison planet?
No.
Yes, it was.
Oh, 3 was.
3
Yes.
was the prison planet.
Yeah, the third one was. Yes.
And the fourth one is where she was actually a robot, I think.
I don't know. I started
And
to
then she
lose
gave
interest.
birth to some kind of alien.
Which one is this? You talking about aliens?
I just forgot about Bourne Supremacy. The Bourne
Those are
Bourne
good ones,
trilogy.
too. Those are really good ones,
Those
too.
are
What
really
about
good.
Batman?
And the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Uh,
Or is it Caribbean?
Caribbean, apparently.
Why not Caribbean?
Because the people that live in the Caribbean say Caribbean.
How do you know this?
Because I was on my bike ride on my bike where we're doing a Caribbean bike ride series. And she said it's Caribbean. So I'm
She's like, so when you have a discussion, it's Caribbean,
yeah,
not Caribbean.
so I trust her.
All
right, anyway.
Another one. I saw another one up there, and I just drew a blank on it. God.
What it spawned a different trilogy that you were thinking of?
Yes.
Gone now.
Oh, the X-Men. Oh, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you might have nailed one right there. They're fantastic, and there's
They
been
are.
4, right?
Yeah, actually, there is a 4.
Is there a
And they're
fourth?
all incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are. It's Walt Disney, but there's also it's Pixar, right?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. That's tough to say that Toy Story is not a trilogy where they're all as good as the original, all of them.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Was there a third one of Nemo, or was it just?
It's just the one, isn't there?
The 2.
Oh, there's 2 of them?
There's Finding Dory and Finding Nemo.
No, I don't think I ever saw the second one.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it was good. It's cute.
Huh? Interesting.
Anyway.
I think I'm going to go back and I'm going to try to watch Godfather.
That doesn't interest me.
It doesn't?
Gangster.
No, that kind of stuff's just kind of
70s
creepy.
gangster.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good movies out there that along the same lines. We were watching one movie. Actually, it was the one Bonnie and Clyde. It was where these 2 guys are charged with going and tracking them down and basically killing them.
Oh, that was Woody Harrelson and
Yes,
Kevin Costner.
it was really good.
The Highwayman, I believe.
Yes.
I haven't seen it. It's on my list to watch.
Yeah, I watched it. It was
Was
good.
it good?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good movie.
Good.
And it's a fascinating story. I mean, they were in Oklahoma.
Yeah, they were close.
Yeah, they were like nearby.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize that when I was driving to Arkansas and I'd take those back roads, we stopped at this little diner and there was some like history about it. And I
Like
was like,
bullet holes.
why
in
are
the
they
wall?
talking? Well, no, they were talking about Bonnie and Clyde. Why would they be? I was like, it's in Oklahoma. I'm in Oklahoma. Crazy. Now, I don't know exactly where all that happened, like where in Oklahoma, but they were
I don't
all
know.
over the place in Oklahoma. So,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah, it's a fascinating story.
I'm not a connoisseur of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, well,
I just know of them.
crazy story.
So, Mr. Producer, why don't you pull up I know you looked earlier, the top-rated war movies.
Moving on to war movies.
Man, I don't know.
Are we done with movies?
I'm thinking I'm
we need
kind
a
of
break?
getting whipped with this.
We need a break from movies. All right, let's
I
talk.
mean,
You
I'm
want to
just
talk about
not-
dead people?
Well, I mean, do you have a list?
You're not into war movies?
I'm definitely into war movies. I'm just
Okay,
falling
we can
asleep
move
over
on.
here.
You want to talk about dead people?
I went over my dead list last week, so you guys,
Well, who died since last week?
I'm sure lots of people, but
Yeah,
we don't
lots
know
of
them.
people in Afghanistan, that's for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't say that. I hope not.
Yeah. Well, one thing we've talked about in the past is all of us, at least three of us, to go camping.
Yeah.
And I'd like to investigate that because I know growing up, that's what our vacations were, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't stay in the hotels, we didn't stay in the resorts, or anything like that. If we went anywhere, we always camped. And I remember going to Mammoth Cave growing up. We'd go down there.
Where's that?
It's in Kentucky.
Oh, wow. So you did the Bourbon Trail when you were a kid?
Yes. No, I didn't exist back then. So we'd go down there. We did that a couple times, and we'd go down there and we'd camp, and we had the big old. This was before the new high tech tents with multiple rooms and
Right.
canopies and awnings and all that stuff. And that was just one big canvas tent, and we had cots and air mattresses that we'd sleep on.
Right.
We didn't even have air mattresses.
You slept on the cold, hard ground.
No, we had cots.
And you ate dirt.
We had cots. My dad bought.
Shit in a
We
hole.
well,
You
we lived
shit
when
in
we
a
lived
hole?
in Germany. My dad, he for being in the military, you have off like I guess 4 weeks out of the year. At least he did, I think, or he saved up time. I don't know. But anyways, we were gone. We lived in Germany and we vacationed like several years in a row in Italy.
Nice.
And
Nice.
in an effort to save money, we did the same thing. We stayed at campsites and we did a lot of sightseeing. Which
Hostels.
No, we went to campsites and we my dad had a big tent and
KOAs,
and
Campground of
invested
America.
in a really big tent. It had
Campground
all
of
the
India.
camping gear,
Italy.
the gas,
Kuwait.
and I was more interested probably in hanging out in the pools,
With the Italian
which we
chicks.
weren't able to do very often.
Scamming on the
Because
chicks.
my parents were too involved in trying to go visit like the Colosseum and the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I was a lot younger. I didn't care about that stuff. I just wanted to
You
hang
don't.
out and play.
You don't.
You
Yeah,
know?
you don't care about any of that historical shit.
But we ended up camping out at the Mediterranean and Lagarda Lake in Italy. I mean, it was beautiful down there. And
I bet.
and my dad had bought a boat that the kids
But you
took
probably
out.
didn't appreciate it.
I
being that
didn't, but
age.
I think about it because you remember the kids, Stephen and Preston, how they took my boat, my raft.
Raft,
Dude, that raft was from when I went to Italy 40 years ago.
yeah. Right.
That is ridiculous. How long ago that was. And I remember taking it out on the lake, and the lake was so clean and clear. And my dad had bought goggles for me, the big scuba mask, and the snorkel. And I would go down and I would float on top of the water and look at all the fish down below. And it was such a beautiful thing. And I would do it in the morning.
Nice.
And that's what's different nowadays than it was because back then it's like people were trusted. You could let your kid go down.
You'd wake up at 8 and just leave.
Just leave a campsite in another
Right.
country.
Right.
Right.
And nowadays it's like you couldn't do that. In
No.
fact, my brother even disappeared for a fucking half a day and no one knew where the fuck he was at.
Oh, shit.
My parents were freaking out. It turns out the camp community that we lived in had a program for kids.
and he enrolled himself.
he got on the bus
Oh no!
with the kids. They were doing like cartoon shit. I don't know what there was coloring
What a
with
little
crayons.
asshole!
He gets on the bus and they go for a little excursion to the museum and back. So he was gone for like 2 or 3 hours,
Oh.
and he comes back and he's got these little pamphlets.
He's like,
and,
"Oh, it's
and
so
little some
amazing."
candy, and he's all smiling. Hey, how you doing? And my parents were like, "Rah, fuck you, man! We've been looking all over here."
Yes. Oh, what
Yeah,
a
well, I remember-
nightmare.
Well, I remember it growing up in the neighborhood that I would during the summertime, I'd wake up at 9 o'clock and I'd be out the door. I'd come home for lunch. I'd be back out the door, and I wouldn't be home until it was night.
Yeah.
And I remember the way what would happen back then is the the mom would stand on the porch and scream your name
Right.
for you to come home.
Right. Or flash the light, or
No, well,
light.
we couldn't see the light, so or she'd walk down the
Flash the
street and
light.
scream up the street.
Now these
Right.
are people that aren't deaf.
Yeah, so we, or she'd walk down the street. So because the
Mama's
street was
flashing the light.
the street had a turn on, she'd stand at the end of the street and scream the name, and you're like, oh, I got to go, right? So that was like when you're 10 o'clock or whatever, and it's dark out.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You're 9 years old, and
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, shit, when I was in Hawaii, I was 7 years old, and my parents woke up to find me gone from the house that was probably 4 or 5 blocks from the beach. I was gone. And they were like, holy shit, freaking out. And they searched all over, and they finally went to the beach, and there I was, making a sandcastle. I was like, hey, Mom, hey, Dad. I'm down at the beach doing my thing.
yeah,
They
I
beat
mean-
the shit out of you.
Oh, they were upset. But how upset could they be, right? I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong.
I don't think my parents ever got upset because I mean I didn't stray too far,
right.
right? And I'd say I'm
But
going
you,
out.
but
I'm
you
going,
always came back. I
yeah.
mean,
Hey, I'm going out to play, is what I'd say.
right,
And I'd be gone all day.
all day. It was the best.
And then I'd come home for dinner, and I'd be back out.
Right. It was the best.
Come home at nighttime. Come home when it turns dark, and that's when she'd come out and yell for me when I wasn't home when it's dark.
Yeah.
And Paul's mom would turn off and on the light.
Yeah.
Mama wants me to come home.
Hold on, what is? Oh, I guess I gotta go home, guys.
Shut up.
Or is that Morse code for something?
No, whatever. No, I remember. I
Save
remember.
our ship.
I mean, we did everything. We rode bikes. We flew kites. We just like we were all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
It was all outside all the time. Or
Who flies a kite
or
nowadays?
it was
Let's
okay.
go fly a kite.
In Indonesia. I lived in Jakarta. Flying kites was a big deal.
It's like professional kite.
You know, you
You
laugh.
dive bomb.
Oh yeah,
You laugh. Maybe I haven't told these stories. So I was up on my roof, and you can buy a kite for like a dime, right? So I would buy kites, and I used to staple streamers.
Was it the diamond shaped kites?
Yes, small little diamond kite, like simple as you can get.
Like
and
a big dragon.
And I used to staple not confetti, streamers. You know, like those really light paper.
Right.
Yeah,
What do you call that? Paper.
streamers works.
I guess so.
Streamers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
streamers. So I would staple those to the
Crepe paper.
Yes, that's it. And then I would staple them to the sides and the bottom, and then I flew my kite, and it went all the way to the end of my spool, and I was like, okay, now what? So just sitting up there, and I was like, I needed to go higher, so I went back down and I bought another spool of wire a string for a dime, and I put them together. I put it all on one deal, and it was so high I couldn't see it, even with the streamers. So high and I just sat there on the roof, just kind of, and then
And you're
one
just like,
day,
I can't see anything.
Well,
I'm just gonna let it go.
and then one day, as I was going up, and it takes a while to go up, and it took a while to get it down.
It
It was
hit
so
one.
high I couldn't see it. Suddenly, this other kite comes over here, and I was like, "Oh, cool! There's a neighborhood, another neighborhood kid." And I was while it was going up, and it was still pretty high. And his kite comes over, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's getting really close, and all of a sudden, his kite starts to circle underneath my kite. And I'm like,
wrap it around your string.
and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? What's going on? And I'm like, and I start reeling it as fast as possible. All of a sudden, he's pulling my kite. String is broken, and he is pulling my kite with his kite. Stole my kite.
He stole your kite.
Shit you not.
How did he steal your kite?
He circled. I didn't think this was possible. He circled my kite, his kite around my string so many times that it basically entangled his string onto mine. And when he pulled it down, it broke my string.
He enslaved it.
He ensleeved it. I'm not lying.
So he stole your
I
kite.
would never have thought that was possible. And so another time that happened, right? And so there was 3 different qualities of string that you could buy. So I went with the quarter string, right? The top, and I did it again.
That was 11 cents.
Sure enough, yeah, maybe. Sure enough, another one comes around and starts circling, and I was like, oh, no, that's not happening again. And I started reeling in. I brought in his kite.
Really?
Because my string was stronger than his.
So did he come running up? Where's my kite?
No. We couldn't see each other.
Right.
I mean, who knows where he was?
Right.
Crazy.
Isn't that insane?
So you had a nice kite.
I had a nice kite. Well, I brought in his kite. He didn't have all the streamers on it. That's what attracted all the other kids. They were like, whoa, what the fuck is this kite with the big, trailing things in the wind, right?
Right.
And they were like, oh, we got to go get that kite. And they did.
They went and stole it.
They stole my kite. Anyway, that's the kind of shit we did as kids.
Yeah.
And we blew up firecrackers.
Hey, producer, did we ever really do kites?
Oh, kites here, nothing like that. I mean, here it's plastic, and you got to run, and I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Completely different.
Yeah,
This is almost like rice paper.
Yeah,
These
I know
little
what you mean.
tiny square kites.
It's hard to get your kite up unless it's an extremely windy day. You have to run to get it up high enough for the wind to catch it.
And then it doesn't go higher
and
than
then
like
sometimes it's like
50 feet.
Yeah, 50 feet. It does like a quick nosedive, and you're just like, fuck.
That's right. That's right. And not
you're
to
winding it up.
not to say that those little paper ones didn't do that as well. I mean, if a downdraft happened, I mean, it would drop 100 feet.
Yeah. Well, there's like, I don't know if they're professional kites, but there's some really, really impressive kites out there. There's just one right there with that big old circle thing.
Oh,
Scroll
yeah.
down.
No, there's ones where you have to
Right there. Look at that thing.
Yeah, you have to control it with 2 hands and stuff. They have all sorts of crazy stuff now.
I mean, look at that thing. It's a big, I don't know what the heck that is, tire with spikes on it.
It's a circle.
It's like 20 feet long.
But you know what?
Or
That's
tall.
not what the fun is. I can tell you right now, if we took the kites from Jakarta, which is I'm sure they don't do anymore, and gave it to an American kid here and go up on your roof or go up on your patio or whatever, it would be so amazing for them. Amazing. It's a fun deal. Anyway, so what other kind of things do you guys do as kids? I mean, we talked about firecrackers, we talked about kites.
I blow up fish with firecrackers. That was fun.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Oh yeah, you talked about
Yeah, shoot bottle rockets in the water.
That it actually would go off underwater. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
No, we did that. We didn't blow up fish, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a consolation.
If one floated to the top.
If it blew up and a fish floated to the top, it was like
Yeah, it was a bonus. I mean, because you take the bottle rocket, you literally put it in the bottle and you aim it at the water. It's like, shoo, boom. That's all you hear, and all of a sudden,
I am amazed that it went off under the water. I
It
don't know
does.
why it wouldn't immediately snuff it out.
Well, that jet engine or rocket or whatever is
Too hot enough to keep going.
yeah, I think it's just enough propulsion to keep the water out of it.
Bottle rockets were the best, though, man.
yeah, it's awesome because when it would pop, it'd be underwater. So it'd make this weird sound, and then all of a sudden, this little bubble would pop out of the water, all smoky, and a bird would fly off. And they look at the other one, the bird would be like, nice. And like, take off.
Like in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, but the ones that you launch, I mean, here's the other thing. In Indonesia, you could get dynamite with a stick on it.
Dynamite.
Yeah, you could get dynamite with a stick on it. You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous how unregulated it was, right? I mean, you can imagine. Anyway, so when we shot bottle rockets up into the sky, it was like, boom. I mean, it was like the best. And then we had these, those little pop rockets? Snap pops.
Black hats?
No. Snap pops.
The little white thing that
Little
you throw.
tiny ones.
Yeah.
Imagine ones the size of a quarter.
Oh, they were a lot louder,
loud.
huh?
They were so much fun. You throw those to a wall and it leaves a burn ring about this
I'm
big.
sure all the adults love that.
I'm
Hate it.
sure if you throw them at our windows at our house, they'll leave a ring too.
So I was at my friend's house. We threw one as high as we could and it landed on the car.
Oh no.
Boom. And it left and you know what I mean? It's got colors.
Right.
got this like almost like a rainbow type of deal, and it left a burn.
Like on the hood.
Yeah, but we used to be in traffic, and we'd roll along, and we would lean out as far as we could, and barely drop it onto the road where it didn't go off.
So a car would drove under.
Yep.
Boom.
And the more pressure, the louder it was.
Right.
And I don't think it blew the tire apart or anything, but I mean, it wouldn't be 15 seconds later. Boom, and be like, I mean, they freak
And they
out.
drive in the
It was the
car and
best.
probably go.
Oh, it was the
swerving.
best. Oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
We had so much fun living over there. I had a ball living over there. All the crazy shit you're talking about, that's what we did, man.
How many friends did you have over there?
A ton.
He had one.
A bunch of white people there?
But we had everything because we had a school that was represented. It was international school. So it was literally 187 countries were represented. I had Aussie friends. I had Filipino friends. I had Dutch friends.
And did they all speak English?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, my best friend was a Swedish kid. It was awesome.
Did he,
I lived there
did
for
he
5
speak
years.
like the Swedish chef on the Muppets?
That's Beaker.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, you're right. It is. It is. He's like,
Yeah. He's got the big hands. That's good entertainment.
That
yeah,
was the Swedish
it was
chef.
an amazing experience over there. It really was.
Hey, producer, you looked that up. Swedish Chef's intro music, and I guaranteed I nailed it.
Yeah, you were pretty close.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Yeah, the Muppets were good shit.
Well, now have they been canceled or they were given a?
Oh, there a warning in
they
front of it.
slapped a label
Good
that it was
Lord.
offensive.
Yes, there's offensive
Hey,
content.
play the intro. See if you can
All right,
find
here we
it.
go.
Yeah.
Theme song
Oh, hell,
compilation.
that's 7 minutes, 25 seconds. Oh, maybe that's the whole thing.
7 minutes.
Good.
You see?
He says absolutely nothing, and then he goes on for like the whole time saying absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's good. Mix two shit in the bowl. He's basically telling you how to make something, but he's got all kinds
Yeah,
of
but
words.
he's not saying anything.
See, back then, comedy was so different, you know? I mean, it's,
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
That was comedy back in the day.
It was. I mean, it was the
And we
ultimate.
loved it.
It was the ultimate kids show.
And then in the middle of the skit, the two guys, Waldorf and whatever, would be up in the balcony.
Yeah. That guy should get a blah blah blah.
I want one too.
Oh, and they had inappropriate jokes. That was the whole thing. That probably was prompted the warning.
Oh.
It was good stuff, man.
That
Good
is
stuff.
Yeah, I like. I was gonna do Night at the Museum again, but
No, we're off of movies now. Sorry.
What a good shit.
Well,
You
he
lost
had
your
a
opportunity.
screen that pulled up. I'll tell you what. How about misleading movies? How about movies that you take your kids to? You're like, shouldn't have done that.
Like Sausage Party?
Yeah, that sausage party popped up on there.
No one is stupid enough to have fallen for that one.
Well, my kids were older, but what? No, it was on Netflix at the time. We didn't go to the movie theater.
Oh.
But what movies have you taken your kids to? You're kind of like,
and you regretted it immediately.
No, this was on Netflix.
Debbie Does Dallas?
No, that was a good one. We watched that as a family.
Yeah. Deep
Yeah, we
Throat.
watched on Netflix. And it was,
Deep Throat Taboo.
you did not.
Taboo.
You don't remember that one?
Yeah, my dad owned it.
Wow.
What? The truth comes out
He's
before?
like, I watched all of them
He
over and over
said
and over
that
again.
that was your friend that owned that one.
Oh,
And now
you
that you look
did.
at him, the mannerisms coming out, the hands, and
everything's
everything.
changing now.
Yeah, look at that.
So so how extensive was your father's collection?
That wasn't very extensive.
No,
Just taboo.
No, I told you this. This is where he had
just
his
Bonds
little
1 through 8.
lockbox
Oh,
that-
and you picked it.
that I picked it within like 30 seconds.
Yep, when you started your career, your criminal career.
My porn career.
Well, and were you breaking into shit?
No, this is true. This is true. Well, the key was putting it back at the exact same spot in the VCR tape. So you had to watch the numbers. So you had to rewind it, put it exactly
in
back.
case he knew where he left
Yeah,
it.
he goes, I left
Good
off right at this
God.
beach.
I seriously
So
doubt
did
he even
he-
gave a shit about that.
I don't know if he ever watched them.
Well, I was going to say, did
How
he?
do you know?
Well, I don't know, but they were always in the same spot.
What if he's listening to this?
How many husbands watch porn
They
and
could have watched it together. I don't want to think about that.
and their wives know and with kids and their wives know about it and they're just like, oh, okay, well, you know,
Again, it wasn't.
it's Wednesday night. This is porn night.
Yeah, well, Thursday night's our night.
I don't know.
We make our
I don't
own.
know when he would have because he woke up so early every day.
Hold on, go back up. Hey,
and he'd be in bed.
guys,
by
check
8.
this out. Remember the movie Soul
I don't
Man?
know.
Who?
Soul Man.
No,
No.
never saw that.
But click on that. You never saw that movie?
Oh, that's where C. Thomas Howell was a black guy, or he dressed up as a black guy.
Oh,
Now, how would that go over
no.
today?
Well, that's the same as Tropic Thunder. Remember Tropic Thunder? Right?
Well, I mean, that was
Iron Man is wearing blackface in Tropic Thunder. But this guy is totally. He gets into a college. Is that what it is?
Yeah, fraternity.
He gets into a fraternity.
Because he's black, right?
Yeah, he was
Well-
able to get some sort of college education.
How does that?
Because he couldn't get in as a white guy, so he
That's
got
right.
in as a black guy.
That's right. So he gets into a black fraternity.
Yeah, I don't think that'd fly these days.
No, it totally wouldn't.
Unfortunately.
I never saw it. I
yeah.
never saw it, so I don't know how it ends. But I'm assuming.
I've seen it. I just don't remember it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw this one. I just remember it.
Wow. Yeah. So man, and who is that actor on there?
Let's see, Thomas Howell.
C. Thomas Howell. What the hell was he on?
He was in. He's part of that whole Brat Pack thing, isn't he?
I don't know. I don't recognize him from any other movie.
Is he in Short Circuit?
I think he was in what is the Nerds?
I wish we haven't gotten to a society where we can't do this anymore. Like
Well, we
can't.
have.
I know we have.
We can't make fun of each other
And
anymore.
I
Can't do
I
anything.
wish that hadn't happened. I
No.
just, it's unfortunate.
And now you got to have a vaccine, or you can't. And you know what? I don't even give a shit about the vaccine. It's just more of like, so what? I mean, it's like the flu shot. I mean, if you get it or you don't get it, who cares? It
Right.
was never an issue, and now
Right.
it is. And it's just
Yeah,
like
it's a major issue.
now you can't fly overseas. You can't freaking go to restaurants. It's just like, why? I don't.
Well, I had a friend tell me today, that if she doesn't get the vaccine on 11/1, they're going to fire her from her job. And she's been there for like 20 years.
That's crazy.
And they're going to fire her. So she's like, I don't want to take it. I have natural immunity, but I have to do it. Otherwise, I can't. Because her husband has kind of odd jobs. He's not the breadwinner. She is. And she has no fucking choice.
Yeah.
No choice. No choice. This is America. And she is being forced, absolutely forced, to take a vaccine. I can't believe it. I cannot believe we're here.
Thank Joe Biden for that.
Yeah, you can. It's just, it's shocking. It really is shocking. Anyway, did you guys ever see 1917? I know I'm taking a left turn here because I saw it
Yeah.
on the screen there.
It was good.
Didn't we watch
It
that
was
at the movie
all in
theater?
one take.
Actually, it was not. It looks like that, but yes, you're correct.
Didn't they say that though? I thought
They
it was like
did
what
it
was
in-
really unique about it.
Well, they make it look like one take. There's I think either 2 or 3 cuts in it.
Yeah. Still impressive.
It's very, very impressive movie.
Yeah.
The
Pretty cool
story's
movie.
good too. I think it's not real deep or anything. It's just these two guys going on a journey
Yeah, the cinematography is
over
pretty
the
cool.
over the course of a day or 2 days,
Right.
and that's it.
And
Right.
they have to warn somebody not to do something, otherwise bad things are going to happen
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah, I think the same guy made Children of Men. Same guy.
So I have not seen that. Okay, all right, Children of Men. I've got to remember that.
Yeah, it's good. They've got the really long shots. That guy. I think he the one who did. What's the one where Leonardo DiCaprio gets mauled by a bear?
Not premonition.
Redemption or
Redemption.
Something
Yeah,
no,
some
something
word.
like
A single word.
It's either that one or the one where Sandra Bullock's in space. Anyway, he's made some really good movies.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock in space.
Called Gravity, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. I don't remember it being a good movie.
Well, it's him, George Clooney. Yeah, it wasn't Redemption, but Revenant.
yeah.
The Revenant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
who made that? Click on that
The
one.
Revenant.
Is that Cuarón or whatever his name is? Oh no, see that's Alejandro Inarritu. No, so the other one I think he did the.
You know another movie recently that I saw that, well, I think I told you guys, Passengers.
Yeah, that's good.
Really, really good.
No, was that with Chris
Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence. That's
Yeah.
a damn good movie.
I ended up buying it.
I've
seen it probably 3 times,
I want to watch it again.
maybe 4.
I want to watch it again.
I've watched it once.
Oh, is
There
that
you go.
time already?
It
It's
is.
time.
I'm
Well,
thinking,
shit, we've been talking about movies for 2 hours.
is that why I'm sleeping?
And politics.
Is that why you're sleeping?
No, I'm a little. I'm pumped up and disappointed at the same time. I've got to go out of town for business. I'll be gone for 10 days. So we'll probably. I don't know if we're going to be able to do a podcast this coming Tuesday or not.
Probably for a couple weeks. If you're gone for 10 days,
Well,
it's gonna be close.
no,
All
I'll be back.
All the bourbons are going to be stacked up, waiting to be.
I'll have to make sure that I check out the stores, the liquor stores.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
good call.
Bring an empty suitcase.
Way ahead of you.
This gigantic. What the hell? You're gonna buy $400 worth of bourbon?
I like the way you think, Paul. Now I'll mail it. If I do, I'll just mail it. All right, I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
Dudes like us. Peace out.
Peace out.